Take a break from your busy schedule and join Harold Sala for Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living.
When electronics engineers Luigi and Claudia found they were going to be parents, they began thinking about the prospective grandparents they did not have, since all 4 of their natural parents were no longer living. If you don't have children and want one, you adopt one, right? Well, they thought, why not adopt grandparents? But Luigi and Claudia, who chose not to disclose their family name, decided to go for the best. This involved a kind of competitive bidding. The search for grandparents actually began with an ad which read, "For a child to be born in October, we are looking for adoptive grandparents. Applicants must be gentle, serene, affectionate, and patient. Grandparents are most important." They had some restrictions, too. The successful grandparents had to be no younger than 55, no older than age 70. They were to have no grandchildren who could distract their love. They also wanted them to be opposed to nuclear energy, retain the capacity to love untarnished, be calm, relaxed, and available. As applicants began taking a hard look at this whole matter, the couple discovered that legally, in Italy where they lived, grandparents cannot be adopted. The situation in Italy goes beyond just having a nice old couple to share holidays with. Traditionally, couples keep parents in their homes when they are no longer able to care for themselves. But all of this has changed in recent years. The couple seeking grandparents told a reporter who picked up on the story, "We just want our child to have the best of everything." Now, I have no way of knowing whether Luigi and Claudia ever found the right grandparents for their child. But I couldn't help thinking of how lifestyles and marriage patterns have changed in our generation. In their search for grandparents, I see the sadness of how many natural grandparents there are today who do not grandparent, and how many kids there are in search of a grandparent with whom they can fly a kite, or go for a swim in the surf, or follow a trail through the woods. Grandparents are a vital part of the family. They are not elderly citizens to be shuttled off to a retirement center, awaiting the day when greedy family members can get their hands on the estate. Consider the impact of a godly grandmother in the life of a grandchild. Paul specifically mentions Timothy's grandmother when he wrote his second letter to that young man. In Bible days, grandparents were a vital part of the household. And in societies where this practice is yet observed, juvenile delinquency and crime are drastically lowered than in societies where grandparents have little or no contact with their grandchildren. More than a few grandparents write to us telling us of grandchildren who have no respect for them and who want nothing from them apart from their money. For them, today's program is much too little, much too late. But for you who have grandchildren, but have little or no time for them, today's program may well serve as some incentive to make yourself available. My life was influenced by godly grandparents, and my children have been fortunate enough to be profoundly influenced by their grandparents. Some of you, like Luigi and Claudia, haven't been close enough to spend much time with your parents, but you can adopt some who can help provide the love, the guidance, and the prayers that only a grandparent can give. Because you can't give everything, don't deprive a youngster of what you can give. You see, grandparenting is rewarding. It is well worth the time and the effort that it takes.
You've just heard Dr. Harold Sala with Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living. If you would like to listen to the program again, download a copy, subscribe to our e-commentary, or view other resources, visit guidelines.org. We would like to hear from you too. You can email us at info@guidelines.org. That's info@guidelines.org. Thanks for listening, and we invite you to join us again for the next edition of Guidelines.